A friend of yours I met up with here earlier today said that you created or built a phone booth. It was sort of an 8-hour project, and you did the whole thing wearing a lovely suit. Was it the same suit that you're wearing here?
No, that suit got destroyed in that piece. So I've had a lot over the years. For many years, I've used my job as research to make artwork about. When I was a kid, I worked in cabinet factories making furniture.
Right.
I worked in fine dining as a busboy for a long time. I taught yoga for a number of years.
Oh, wow.
But probably the work that I'm most known for is I worked as a professional locksmith for 10 years.
Oh.
And the artwork that comes as a result of the research is always different, but for the locksmithing stuff I made a school, and the school would travel to different public places, and I teach anybody interested in something specifically or very loosely related to locksmithing. What we're doing tonight is if people want to participate, they can give me a key that they want to let go of, that they don't need anymore, they don't want anymore. I melt it down in the furnace, I then pour it into a mold, make a new key, and it's very organic, one-of-a-kind sort of object. And then after I'm done with the key, it will open up that door. And if they want to go inside, they can, but they get locked in, and they have to figure out how to get out. The locks that I create are more conceptual based. I like to present situations that are always unlocked. You just can't see why they're unlocked. And a lot of locksmithing, you deal with the American Disabilities Act, which is a set of coding and laws that dictates every aspect of how we move through our kind of shared social spaces. And a lot of that is about heights of doorknobs, or the way that doorknobs functions, or door closers, or this sort of stuff. So a person with a disability will encounter a situation like that every day, where their body's mobility inhibits what they can do.
Right.
So this gives people an opportunity to feel what that feels like every day for a lot of people.
About some of the other unique things that you've done as far as, because it's all across the board.
Yeah, I've done a lot of different stuff. Probably the work that I'm most known for is a project where I built a cabinet, and it had a secret compartment on the bottom of it. And I was left on a street in New York City, and I didn't come out of the cabinet until someone brought me from a public space and brought me into a private space, but they didn't know I was in there.
Oh.
So that's probably the one. A lot of my work is about shared power dynamics, whether for most people would look at my position as very vulnerable and exposed, but I was still in control because they didn't know I was in there and they didn't know what my intentions were. There's a risk. But risk creates immediacy in the viewer, and it creates an engagement that wouldn't normally be there.